How do you follow revelation? In Parshat Yitro, God's presence comes down on Mount Sinai. There's thunder and lightning and the sound of the shofar. All of the people are gathered to hear God's word, and God reveals the Decalogue, what we call the Ten Commandments, Aseret HaDibrot. It is revelation. It is amazing. It is this life-changing moment for everyone who is there. And then we read Parshat Mishpatim. And Parshat Mishpatim is full of all of these little details, all of these minute laws. We follow, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, with here's what you do with your male slave and your female slave. And in the 7th year, don't plow and don't plant. And if somebody steals an ox or a sheep and sells it or slaughters it, they have to pay restitution. But if it was an ox, they pay 5 times its value. If it was a sheep, you only pay 4 times its value. That's what we follow revelation with? Those little details? The answer is yes. Really, that's what we do. Because revelation is a moment. When we have a moment that really impacts us, something that moves us, it's amazing. It takes us somewhere else. But if we want to stay there, then the next week we have to be able to do something different with who we are. We have to be able to do something different with our behaviors so that that moment that we had sticks with us. Parshat Mishpatim begins with the words, Ve'ele hamishpatim, and these are the laws. And the famous question that is asked is, why does it start with that vav? That little Hebrew letter vav that's the conjunction and. And these are the laws. That's a weird way to start something with an and. My middle school English teacher would be furious. Rashi comes in and says, it's because everything that happened in Parshat Yitro, all of the things that happened on Sinai, all of the laws that were given, and these laws too were given on Sinai. They're part of the same package deal. That when the Torah tells us in one breath, thou shalt not steal, we need to know, well, sometimes people do steal, and what do you do when that does happen? And they steal different sorts of things, and the whole world isn't equal. The whole world is lived through the details. And so the details are important. When we have these moments in our lives of feeling something that changes us, feeling something that moves us, we need to know, okay, what am I going to do with it now? What are the behaviors that I'm going to work in or weed out of my life? What do I do when I fall short? That's how we take the lessons of a moment and make them the improvement and the betterment and the beautifulness and the holiness of a lifetime. Shabbat Shalom.